Hello, record collectors. A couple things I want to talk about. One is I went to a record convention last Saturday. Picked up a bunch of records. I'm not going to show them all, but I'm going to show the ones that I'm very stoked to get. And the second thing I wanted to cover was mrfartboy79's thread that he put out last week. I had some free time and I made a video and watched it, didn't like it. Now it's a few days later, and I'm doing my second attempt. The first question on mrfartboy79's thread is favorite lyrics, favorite lyricist. A couple months ago there was a similar thread, and I think I handled it in the same manner. I'm not going to read you lyrics, but I will hold up artists that lyrics are consistently pleasing to me. By no means am I saying that this is the best lyrics ever, but these people consistently please me as artists. Elvis Costello, absolutely great lyrics all the time. Ian McCulloch from Echo and the Bunnymen, great stuff. REM, can't deny their writing ability. Simon and Garfunkel, I don't think I would feel human if I didn't hold up Simon and Garfunkel and talk about great lyrics. Everything But the Girl. I think Glowing Cabbage brought up Everything But the Girl last week, and I think there's been others that have talked about them. This is my favorite album, Language of Life. It's more acoustic. It's earlier stuff, so it's more acoustic. The later stuff kind of got a little electric and synthesized, electronic and synthesized. Peter Gabriel, great lyrics all the time. And I almost didn't show these up, but Neil Diamond, you really have to give him credit for some great lyrics. I see this stuff, if you're younger and you don't know who Neil Diamond is, and you see this in a Goodwill, the Hot August Nights 1 or 2, give it a try for a quarter, for $1 even. Give it a try. It really is some good stuff. Really good stuff. I'll probably have maybe 15 of his albums. Don't play them as much as I should. I love it. The second question was the single most important moment in music history that I witnessed or lived through. One thing that Live Aid. I didn't go see it, but I actually remember the day that this was televised. It was televised on several networks and on cable. A whole bunch of channels participated in this, and it was hundreds of artists got up on stage, and or maybe not hundreds, but 100 anyway. It's televised in Wembley Stadium in London, and it was televised in Philadelphia at the JFK Stadium, but it was also televised in Australia with In Excess. I don't remember the name of where they recorded from. I do know, but I'm spacing it. But In Excess broadcasted, and I think some other countries too. If you have not seen Live Aid, it's got Bob Dylan, David Bowie, Mick Jagger, Queen, all live footage, all for one concert. Paul McCartney, Madonna, Elton John, The Who, Eric Clapton, Neil Young, Beach Boys, Sting, Tina Turner, Brian Ferry, Dire Straits, Bryan Adams, Joan Baez, Keith Richards. And that's just one fraction. There's still Elvis Costello. It's just huge. It was huge back then. They have Live 8, which came out, I think it came out in 2008. But the original, I remember actually watching this in my bedroom, and friends kept coming over and watching it, and within the first little bit of the show, we realized that we needed to go get the bigger TV from the front room and bring it in my bedroom, along with more chairs, because there was more and more people showing up to watch it at my house. It was absolutely great. The third question is best albums to party to. Cheap Trick, live at Budokan, absolutely. Beastie Boys, License to Ill. The Ramones. This is my favorite album. I have more of this stuff. I think I've showed this album before. I know I have. But Rockets to Russia is my favorite Ramones album. It's a great album. Talking Heads, Stop Making Sense. Great party albums. Fourth question is songs that I would play at my funeral. I actually have thought about this. But REM, Camera, be a song that we played at my funeral. Alphaville, Forever Young will be played. Icicle Works, Out of Season. And then just about anything, Drowning from the Cure and Echo and the Bunnymen. I mean, just fill the whole rest of the tape up with the Cure and Echo and the Bunnymen. I'd be happy. The fifth question: if I woke up and my collection was gone, I don't even want to say it, but if my collection was gone, man, I would be devastated. I would be so heartbroken. I'm sure I would collect, but I might just go with, I don't know. I don't know. I know I wouldn't want to start over. But on the other hand, I don't know how I would even spend my free time if I wasn't out trying to find a record. So, yeah, I would probably definitely replace it, but I really don't know. I would be so heartbroken. It'd be like losing a loved one. So that's the 5-part questionnaire from Mr. Fartboy's thread. Now I just want to show quickly, I'll run through the stack of albums that I picked up at the record convention. I'll look at the stack here. The Violent Femmes, first album. Joy Division, Substance. This is New Order's Blue Monday 12-inch. Malcolm McLaren, Mountain Butterfly, great album. This is a 10-inch 4-track Cheap Trick album, and the sticker right there says with the single everything works, and there's the actual single. This was $2. I wouldn't have paid more than that for it, but I don't have much 10-inch. I like Cheap Trick, some of their stuff, but Susie and the Banshees, I just picked that up too, like 2 weeks ago, but I couldn't pass it up for $2. Standing on the Beach, The Cure. Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me by The Cure. I do have this album too, but the album I have is a gatefold, and this is not. This is Japanese Whisper by The Cure. Real close to, here's Boys Don't Cry by The Cure. I'm real close to having just about all my Cure. I'm just a few records away from. I'm also a few records away from having all of Psychedelic Furs stuff. Here's Book of Days. Last year at the same record convention, I picked this up sealed. So I picked this up this time so I could actually play it. I haven't busted it open yet, so I was kind of hoping to come across it so I didn't have to open it up, and I did. So it happened to be at the same record convention, but a year later. Took me that long to find the second copy. Here's Psychedelic Furs, Talk Talk Talk. This is an essential to every collection. Psychedelic Furs, Mirror Moves, Psychedelic Furs, Midnight to Midnight, Psychedelic Furs, self-titled. Here's Brian Ferry, the Bridge Stripped Bear. Picked up Jules and the Polar Bears, a couple of them actually, with Jules Shears, Sinead O'Connor. I'm not a Sinead O'Connor fan, but I do like this album, The Lion and the Cobra. It's the only Sinead O'Connor that I own. Peter Gabriel, self-titled, another Peter Gabriel, self-titled. This album here, I only got because I have a lot of their other stuff, and it was kind of just to help fill the void of completing the collection. But here's Modern English, Stop Start. Here's the Eighth Root Army, and I thought this was kind of weird right here. This was a Laurie Anderson, Mr. Heartbreak. Somebody had glued their concert ticket stub to the album. I love Laurie Anderson. I have this record, but I just thought that it was kind of weird like that. It was only $1. I went ahead and picked it up. I saw Laurie Anderson in person. I do not have the ticket stub, and it has this has Sharky's Night, which has William S. Burroughs on it. So if you're collecting vinyl that has William S. Burroughs on it, this is one of them. And the last thing I have to show is my girlfriend I saw this in the record convention and I commented on it as I walked away. And my girlfriend went back there after I was buried in some more records. A couple aisles over, she went back and picked it up, and she actually drew them down a little bit before she picked it up. But it's Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. This is the t-shirt folded up. This is an inch thick. Some of you guys probably have this or seen it. See it on eBay. And it happens to be on yellow, or gold vinyl. So that was a nice little surprise. She gave it to me at the end of the show, handed it to me. I was very, very happy about that. I think I covered it. I think I covered everything. Hope you enjoyed the video.